Green's first book, The 48 Laws of Power, first published in 1998, is a guide for anyone who wants power, observes power, or wants to arm themselves against power. The laws are derived from the lives of strategists and historical figures, like Sun Tzu and Elizabeth I, and etc. Each law has its own chapter, complete with the transgression of the law, observance of the law, and/or a reversal. The idea behind Green's first book is that power is amoral. It is neither good or evil. The 48 Laws of Power highlights how we conceptualize power and therefore how we behave in different hierarchical institutions. Several American prisons have banned the 48 Laws of Power and the 33 Strategies of War as a security measure. Green has claimed former Cuban President Fidel Castro had also read the book. Don Quixote Doflamingo, nicknamed Heavenly Yaksha, is the captain of the Don Quixote pirates. Prior to his imprisonment, he was a member of the 7 warlords of the sea with a frozen bounty of 340 million billy, as well as the most influential underworld broker under the codename Joker. He's also a former world noble descended from the Don Quixote family. He's a major antagonist in the Marineford arc, where he took part in the Summit War of Marineford and sided with the Marines, along with most of the other warlords of the sea, and the primary antagonist of the Dressrosa arc and the Dressrosa saga as a whole, being the impetus for the entirety of the saga's events. Doflamingo is an interesting and unpredictable character that have gained massive success both in terms of finance and authority, and we are all sure that a person like him couldn't reach that level of power without having principles that made him increase his competence. So today we are going to look at Doflamingo's character and analyze it in the hope of finding rules and techniques which he used and aligns with the 48 Laws of Power. Please subscribe and activate the notification bell. Law number 9. Win through your actions, never through arguments. Any triumph you gain through argument will be short-lived. Resentment will fester in your opponents instead of a genuine change of opinion. Instead, let your actions speak for you. If people agree with you through your actions instead of your words, you are more likely to sway lasting opinions. Words are a dime a dozen, and people will say anything to prove a point. Action is where you demonstrate your beliefs. When Doflamingo desires status, he manipulates an entire society. When he desires fortunes, he makes devil fruits. When someone betrays him, he kills him. When he desires power, he makes allies. If he tried getting all that only by talking, do you think he would have achieved anything? Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Never do for yourself what the efforts of others can do for you. Use their wisdom and knowledge to further your own cause. In doing so, you will appear intimidatingly efficient and knowledgeable. Ultimately, those who worked for you will be forgotten, and you will be remembered. If you think it's important to do all the work yourself, you won't get far. Consequently, find those with the skill you lack and find a way to either take their work as your own or hire them and put your name on their efforts. However, to do this effectively, your position must be secure, as otherwise people will call you out for deception. Doflamingo has multiple crew members who do missions on his behalf. What's great about it is that it makes him more powerful even if he doesn't know a lot of things. For example, he has an entire science team and Caesar Clown is one of them. They make the smile devil fruits and they give them to Doflamingo's port, where Doflamingo's crew supplies them to Kaido. If you think about it, he's the one who takes the credit, and he's the one who gains social status and respect from others, despite him not doing anything. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. Always plan until the end. This means thinking through every possibility that could prevent you from reaching your end goal. Thus, you will be able to accommodate for any surprises along the way and secure your future. Most people are too trapped by their emotions in the moment to see ahead, so this will give you the upper hand. Plan in detail before you act. And don't succumb to making any vague plans. Your end goal must always be crystal clear. Doflamingo planned to take over a whole kingdom and manipulate its society to see the king as a monster whose sole purpose is stealing people's fortunes. By doing so, it was very easy for him to play the hero card and be seen as a savior. After it, nothing will stop him from ruling the country. We can see Doflamingo's planning skills also on his business plan. The fact that he planned to make smile fruits using scientists like Caesar Clown and supply them to Kaido while getting protection from other parties is very impressive. Master the art of timing. Never seem to be in rush. Patience is a virtue. Learn to bide your time and only strike when the timing is right, as time is a perception. By mastering your emotions, you can make time seem to move more slowly and lengthen your perception of the future. This allows you to become more patient and to see the bigger picture. Doflamingo always takes his time. He talks, walks, and acts slowly, which gives him the patience to come up with the right thing to say or the right fighting plan. It makes people freaked out because a person who takes his time in doing things conveys self-confidence and wisdom, which can make some people intimidated by it, especially if they were insecure. Law number 15. Crush your enemy totally. To crush your enemy partially means that they will eventually recover and seek revenge. Ultimately, you can only gain peace and serenity if your enemies cease to exist. If you manage to remove all of your opponent's options, then they will have no choice but to bend to your will. By giving them nothing to negotiate with and no room to maneuver, you will have crushed them. We've seen how Doflamingo destroyed Law and nearly killed him, and how he emotionally humiliated Bellamy and used him to play with Luffy's emotions. He completely destroyed his opponents both physically and emotionally. Another example of this rule is when he completely destroyed the kingdom of Dressrosa and ruined its king's reputation. He controlled the king and his army to attack the civilians using strings. With this kind of destruction method, fixing it is bloody hopeless. And that is exactly why you should destroy your enemy totally, making it despairingly impossible for your enemy to recover.